Well, it's a very good afternoon and welcome to Pukekohe at Massé, Snooker and Pool Hall for what should only be described as an exciting afternoon of Q Sports. It is the fastest growing of the Q Sports around the world. We are talking 9-ball. Looking forward to having your company. Joining me in commentary is a man who's well established in the sport here in New Zealand, Jimmy Henry. Jimmy, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mark. Thank you for that.
Well, we're down to 4. Now, this is one of 4 qualifying events for the main event, the Sunday night shootout, which arguably has some very good prize money up for grab. 4 players left in this particular tournament. Glenn Coots up against Chris Bowman. Let's firstly start with Glenn. Contrasting styles, what does he bring?
Oh, he brings a very good game to the table. One of the best cuers in the any sort of Q Sports. And he's got a very big chance of winning this tournament. Okay,
Chris on the other hand?
Another good player that's been playing for 25 years plus, and he's another player that's got all the shots and all the equipment to win this tournament as well.
Okay, let's run through the format. So it's basically the first 2 7 frames.
That's right.
Will advance through to the final, with that second semi-final to come following this one. How important is it to get off to a good start?
Oh, it's very important to get that good start. You know, you really need to get off to a really good start to try and take control of the table and just have that little bit of, what should I say? Oh, just a good start.
Okay, well, let's introduce our 2 players for you. Let's just bring them to the table. And so we are looking forward to this one. And then we go on that left of picture for you. Standing up there is Chris Bowman, nicknamed the Butcher. Yes, the Butcher. Not because he necessarily butchers people on the table, but more because that's what he does as a profession. Love the nickname, though.
Yes, yeah. He's been doing that job for quite a few years now. A butcher.
And then we've got Glenn Coots, the man originally from Christchurch. They just simply refer to him as Cootsy. Do not underestimate that smile, though. He might look like a nice guy. I understand, though, when he crosses that white line, let's use that as a metaphor, the man is a shark.
Yes, one of the best players in New Zealand by far.
Okay. Now look to determine who breaks first. Let's just take us through that protocol. We'll let the players get underway and they can probably demonstrate for us. But how do we determine here in 9-ball who gets to break first?
Okay, they just shoot the white ball up the table and back down and closer to the cush. The end cush has the option.
Okay, is there an advantage in breaking first?
Oh, definitely. That's going to, be your start to the game, and hopefully have a good break to sort of run the balls and, get into the net straight away.
Okay, let's just have a look here. So they'll bring it back down, and it's closest to that end cushion, and it looks like advantage will go the way to Glenn Coots, so Glenn will get the break. Diamond shaped in terms of the setup of the balls 1 through 9. Just take us through the order in which they are racked and why.
Okay, so 1 ball is on the spot and the 9 ball is always in the centre, and after that you can just randomly stack the other balls.
Okay, so we are underway, and immediately a very good break indeed, a very good break. So finds himself on the front foot after that break. So Glenn Coots, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, definitely happy with that. He's got options here now. You can either play safe or go for a hard shot, but he opts to play safe here. Just push that in behind the 6 and run to a safe area.
Okay.
And actually snook at him.
So great start. Immediately the pressure goes on Chris Bowman.
Exactly, yeah, that's right. Okay, Chris is just looking at trying to at least hit the 1 ball.
So just identifying the balls on the table, what balls did go down off the break?
Okay, so the 2 ball and the 4 ball went down off the break.
So they're looking to now play the 3. They must sink the balls in order on the table. So he brings that back. Nice shot.
Very nice shot.
So does not commit a foul. And not an easy scoring shot now.
And if you do foul, you get to put the ball anywhere. Ball in hand, they call it. Just runs it down to the corner. Good shot.
Yeah, so 4 ball down.
Perfectly on the 3 ball.
3 ball. So now we come back to the 5 ball.
Yeah, just run forward for the 5 ball. Okay, he's got an option here, either run 2 rails or just come straight in front of the black off the rail.
So that's the thing here. It's not just about sinking that ball in front of you. It's where you position that white for the next shot. So
okay, he's come up behind it. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good here.
Yeah, a little bit too much weight on that shot. So he's got himself into a little bit of difficulty. You can just see the expression on his face. He probably realises that, but he's an experienced campaigner. Let's see what he does to get himself out of this hole.
Okay, so now he's committed a foul there.
So that means ball in hand now for Chris Bowman. So big opportunity here for Bowman. Big opportunity.
Yeah, all the balls in the open. He should be able to run this right. Six ball down the corner. Might draw back a little bit.
So, misses that shot. So, basic fundamentals at this point early in the game. He'll be disappointed with that, Chris.
Yeah, he's got away with it with leaving Glenn snookered or the edge of the ball. But if Glenn hits this edge of the ball, he could go in off. So he'll go off the rail, off 2 rails and kick in behind it.
So, first rail, second rail picked up nicely.
And if the 9 goes in, he wins. Well,
so intriguing contest. Both players maybe just looking to try and settle the nerves. They've been out here practicing, but as we say, suddenly it's like camera action. The mindset does shift. Nice shot. Well, that's a great comeback. That's a great comeback. He'll be happy with that.
okay, he's going to have to draw this ball back into the centre of the table. There you go, look at that.
Yeah, he does it beautifully. The spin that he does put on that ball. Maybe just a little bit too much weight on it. Still got some work to do.
Yeah, float across the table for the 9. Just got to watch that middle pocket and off.
Okay, so opportunity, not ideal, but he's in the game. How does he play this, Jimmy?
Well, he could probably, he doesn't really want to take the shot on into the corner pocket, so he'll probably play maybe safety shot here. Or he could double it.
Does he roll the dice?
There you go.
He takes a shot, and I love it though. I love the intent here, showing very much an attacking mindset. Not going to go down wondering, but he does open the door now here for Glenn Coots. So Coots looking to try and win the first frame in the race to 7, and he does do it, but not much in that. Wow, that game went back and forward.
Yes, anybody could have won that game. Had a prime opportunity there, Chris did.
So just looking at it too, we are at Massé in Pukekohe, and they're using Predator Arcos 2 balls. So good quality ball, and like anything at the highest level, probably the balls they're using probably very different to what most people would use at home.
Oh, definitely, yeah. These are the top of the notch balls made by Aramith, which are, you know, they're the best company in the world that make these balls.
And also the cloth. Now that's a Predator Arcadia Reserve cloth. That is brushed prior to War Games?
Yeah, definitely brushed and looked after, and you know, they make sure that runs fast, so it's stretched well.
Okay, good break there now from Chris Bowman.
And he's perfectly on the 1.
So what, 2 balls go down, did it? 3. So what numbers have gone down?
The 3 ball's gone down. Okay, easy to 1 to 2. So go straight from the 2 ball to the 4 ball.
So
probably in the same pocket.
he looks like he's just settled down a little bit. Chris. He's a colourful character. Big personality. But decides to play for position. Good shot too. Not an easy opportunity now coming back the way of Glenn Cootes.
All Glenn has to do here is make this 4 ball. Be right in line on the 5 ball.
And he does make it. He does make it. So while only in the second frame, he does answer the question.
Now he's got a difficult shot here.
Oh, beautifully played, beautifully played. But where does he position the white? Doesn't look happy, doesn't look happy.
Not at all.
It's kissing the cushion. Decides to play percentage 9 ball. Throw the pressure, throw it back on Chris. This level though, has he left the door open? He will not want to find himself down 2 frames early on in this game. Oh, quality shot from Bowman. Quality shot.
But look where he ends up. A little bit close. Too close for comfort.
So now it becomes strategic. Surveying his options. An aggressive player. Is this the time though to be aggressive? Or is this the time to play percentages? You know, like he will take the shot, he'll take the opportunity and just kissing the corner of that pocket. But I like I've said, I like the spirit in which he plays.
Yeah, he takes the ball, very aggressive. Okay, Glenn's got a tough shot here. He might look for safety. Push the ball to the rail. Yep, he does. That'll go safe.
Oh, beautifully played. Beautiful defensive shot. That is great 9 ball from Glenn Cootes, showing all his experience. You sort of sense both players now into it, aren't they? A little bit shaky in that first frame, but both players now playing with certainly, you know, executing the intent.
Yeah, they're both settled down now. So we're going to see some good pull. He didn't have much option there, but he's left Glenn on.
Yeah, he's opened the door, hasn't he, for Glenn to try and bring the semi-final back to 1 frame each.
Just float the white ball up to the black.
And just like that, he follows your instruction, Jimmy Henry.
Key here is just to get to the middle of the table. 2 rails probably. 1
So
and
1.
2. Perfect.
Great 9 ball being shown here now by Glenn Cootes. And Cootes, well, he extends that lead to 2 frames to nothing over Chris Bowman. So we talked about it. Both players are a lot more settled. You start to realise just how strategic it is too. Fine line, isn't there, between being aggressive and being defensive?
Yes, very, yeah.
You can play percentages or you can go for it.
And it's, yeah, a lot of the percentages, they do play percentage pull, both of them. Especially Glenn.
Yeah. Now, I understand too that most of these sort of semi-professional players, they'll have a separate cue for breaking.
That's right, yeah, just to save their tip on their playing cue. So they've got a specialised breaking cue.
So it will be Glenn Cootes with the break. And yes, gets one of those wing balls into
nice control of the
top left pocket.
Okay, just play a safety.
So the 6 and the 7 off the table. So it's the 1 ball that needs to be the target ball. Must sink them in sequence in order. So Chris Bowman. Oh, nice shot from Bowman. Nice shot. And bring it back nicely for the 2-ball. Beautifully set up.
Okay, he wants to get on the outside of that 3 ball, pot the 2 ball, and maybe he could touch it in. Or he come back to the middle of the table. To the middle of the table.
You do not understand just how difficult that is to do, just how good these players are.
Same shot here, get to the middle of the table.
Oh, I just didn't quite get the angle right there, did he? Maybe just a little bit rushed. Bowman finds himself down 2 frames to nothing.
Okay, Mark, this could be the 3rd cue to come out, the jump cue.
Now, the key with jumping here, we've all tried it at home where we just think we'll get the end of the tip under the ball and just kick it up like a football. It doesn't quite work that way.
No, it's on here. 3 balls on. Oh, was it?
Felt it was.
But he's got away with it.
Yeah, but this is the pressure, isn't it, when you're playing just to 7 frames, first to 7 frames. It's not a long time. You're going to try and just extend that lead, and therefore these players tending to decide, putting discretion to one side, deciding that the best form of defence is attack. So now we see Chris Bowman. He's surveying his options. He's going to play up the table. Does he look to try and put the 3 in? He feels it's going to kiss the cushion. Is it enough? Great shot. That is just pure genius. That is arguably the shot so far. Remarkable. And still has an option with the 4 ball.
This is a very important shot here. Must spot this or we could sell out. He has. He's spotted it. Look at that.
Wow, Chris Bowman. Is this the momentum swing? Is this the shift we've thought might happen? Too good to be playing with jitters.
Screw back to the middle of the table. Perfect line.
So originally from the North Shore, he's been playing pool since the age of 5. Quality here from Bowman.
Tough 9 ball here, Mark. Tough cut. Makes it look easy.
Yeah, Bowman makes it look easy. He's back in the game. Wonderful frame from Chris Bowman. Some pressure shots, but he answered the pressure. It is game on. Coots leads 2 frames to 1.
That was an excellent run out there.
Well, that'll give them some confidence, won't it?
Definitely.
I mean, imagine this game. It is mental, isn't it? The longer the week goes, the more competition you're playing, fatigue can creep in, you lose your concentration, and clearly you can make some mistakes. And after a little bit of a shaky start, but we now see the reason why. This guy has won 3 Auckland 8-ball championships. He's won the North Island 8-ball championships, national 9-ball champion. I mean, he's done it all.
Yes, great experience. He's been around for a while, and yeah, he's done it all. Been overseas, had overseas experience.
Now we're seeing a slightly different setup each time the players break. And what's the reason for that?
Yeah, they're just trying to find a sweet spot to see where all the ball goes in, whether a ball goes in all the time. So you'll probably break from there all the time now.
So he managed to sink the 8. Now comes back the 1. Tough shot now with the 2 ball, the blue ball there in the middle of the table.
Yeah, hopefully it slides past that 5 ball.
What does he play here? He has been aggressive so far. Is this the time for more aggression? No. Plays percentage. 9 ball. And that's a good shot. That's a good shot. So, it seems eternity since Glenn Coots was at the table.
Okay, Glenn's got a couple of options here. Hide behind the 5 and 3 ball.
And he does do exactly that. So, Both playing defensively. Both throwing it back at each other, asking the opposition questions.
Okay, Chris must hit the 2 ball here, otherwise he gives the ball in hand away. You can just see the edge, eh?
Oh, nicely played. And look at the positioning of the white too. That is quality again. We've seen how good he was offensively in frame 3. Now we're starting to see both players how good they are defensively.
Look at this shot.
Wow. Wow.
Perfect snooker.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Nothing here for Chris Bowman.
Okay, a little bit of luck involved here. Wow.
Well, he had a shot, didn't he? I love it. I love his intent. That's what I like. He's not going to go down wondering. And he's put the pressure back on Glenn. So he hasn't really opened the door too much for Glenn. Does Glenn have room? And the white will go down. So foul, which means ball in hand, goes the way of Chris Bowman. So just explain the foul rule, the ball in hand rule, what they can do with the ball, because it's probably a little bit different to what we maybe do at home on our sort of recreational tables.
Yes, it is. Yeah, so he gets to put the ball anywhere on the table he likes, and like he lines it up for the middle pocket here for the 3 ball. No, he's going for another safety. So there's another rule: 3 fouls in a row, you lose the game.
Okay.
So this will be the second foul if Glenn doesn't hit it.
Nice shot, nice shot, nice shot. If you're watching this at home and you're young, stay in school, study mathematics, study physics, because you might not think you'll ever need it, and then you pick up a pool cue.
That's right.
Again, neither player giving an inch here. Both playing wonderful strategy. A compelling contest, frame 4. Semi-final time of the Sunday night shootout, one of 4 qualifying tournaments you are watching. 2 heavyweights in the sport in this country going toe-to-toe. Chris Bowman and Glenn Coots. Coots at the table.
That was a beautiful shot on the 2. Set him up for the finish
wonderful
here.
shot. Now, defence turns into offence. There is room on the table here. 4 ball goes down, comes up beautifully for the 5. Slightly difficult shot though.
It's got the perfect angle to get back to the 6 ball.
He does. Just a little bit too much weight on that perhaps. No, just kisses the cushion.
He ends up on the rail, which makes it a little bit harder, but he'll run 2 rails straight in the pocket and off 2 rails
1,
there.
2.
And down for the 7.
And so Glenn Coots looking to extend this lead to 3 frames to 1. First to 7.
Oh, wow.
Just rushed that.
How did he miss that?
A little smirk, but it'll be one of frustration. One of frustration.
Yeah,
I guess the good thing that's come out of it hasn't necessarily given Chris Bowman a certainty here. Bowman now, I think, needs to play strategically. Or does he be aggressive?
He's aggressive. He'll take this on. Oh, overcut it. Sits over the pocket for Glenn.
Just explain that terminology, overcut it.
Yeah, so he overcut the ball instead of straight into the pocket. He overcut it and went to the left, far left of the pocket. Missed by miles, in other words.
Okay, so Coots now. Little fundamental error 2 shots ago. Can he back it up? He does. And he does. And he does. Great placement of the white ball.
Beautiful.
And he looks to drop that in the far does, and he does. And so that frame, the 4th frame goes the way of Glenn Coots. Extends that lead 3 frames to 1 in the race to 7. Well, so much of that was just that fourth frame was a contrast to the third frame. That was very much about defence through the first half of it. Neither player really prepared to sort of back themselves more because they weren't given an opportunity.
That's right. The balls were in a safe area, and you couldn't run out.
Interesting too, just the way in terms of their hand grip and the placement on the cue. We see here Glenn has the glove on. Often Chris is tending to lean the cue a little bit, lie the cue a little bit more on the cushion.
Yeah, well, the glove helps, guide the cue through the hand a little bit more instead of a sticky hand.
An example of it. Let's see what the break does here. Okay. So what have we still got left on the table? Certainly the green has gone down. And so the 6 ball is down. So he's got 1. But that 2 ball, he's got some options with what he does with the white here. But not an easy shot. Looks to go the full length of the table. Just not enough on it. How difficult was that shot?
Oh, that was, a real difficult shot, that shot. I probably wouldn't have taken it on. It was a tough cut down the corner. Left Chris the chance here. Still haven't both settled down yet.
No, well, that's what happens when the lights are on, the television cameras. And you get to the semi-final stage. Nice shot. Don't go away either, ladies and gentlemen, because the second semi-final should be a cracker. Marco Teutjer, the man from the Netherlands, up against Hassan Abdullah, simply known as the Farah.
Okay, and Glenn's got a plant here, which he should make, and there it is.
There it is, and there we were just
Game
like
over.
that. Game over. 9 ball down. And so he extends his lead now to 4 frames to 1. So just for people maybe watching this for the first time, primarily you win the game by sinking the 9 ball, but you have to work through the balls in order. But if you are looking to sink the 9, or if you are looking to play, say, the 4 ball, and the 4 ball then puts the 9 down, you win the game.
That's right, yeah.
So
the lowest ball on the table, if you hit the lowest ball onto 9, it goes in, then you win the game.
And unlike other forms of cue sports, you can get away with flukes here. Some forms of cue sports, you've got to nominate your pocket. This is not the case.
That's right, yeah. All flukes count in this game, which makes it exciting,
And a little bit of luck.
A little bit of luck is big in this cue sport.
It sort of reminds me a little bit of Texas Hold'em poker, isn't it? I mean, you can read the man, you can play it all you want, but sometimes you still got to have the luck of the draw.
Definitely have some luck, yeah.
Okay, so there we go. Just having a look there, and so the 5 ball down. Tough shot, but looking for this left bottom hand pocket. And he puts that in nicely, brings it back beautifully for the 2. So good fundamental 9 ball play here from Chris Bowman. He needs to win this frame.
Definitely, yeah, otherwise he's 4 frames behind. Make it tough for him to come back from there. Short race to 7. Okay, he's just looking for that gap for the 3, to pot the 3 after this, between the 6 and the 9. Tricky shot.
Nice shot. It's a beautiful table, isn't it? The Brunswick Gold Crown Tournament edition. Used at the World 9 Ball Championships back in 2011. So you certainly can't blame the equipment, can you?
Oh no, this is top quality equipment. World class equipment. They make one of the best tables in the world, Brunswick.
So just picks up a foul, so it is ball in hand.
He's played that nice. Good angle on the 4 ball. Easy 6 ball. Perfect on the 6 ball. Get to the 7 ball.
Now, growing up, I would call that piece of equipment a jigger.
That's right.
What is it affectionately also called?
Yeah, it's called a rest as well. So, yeah, just helps you get a ball that's in the middle of the table. Easy to reach.
That's good play from Coots. He is the first and only player out of this country to win the Australian Open and New Zealand Open in the same year.
Wow, another
And that,
basic
though,
miss.
put the old commentator's curse on, didn't I? And now he's going to open the door here for Chris Bowman. So Bowman looking to try and bring this back to just 2 frames. Not a lot of weight on it, as expected. Fairly rudimentary play. He will go to the rest.
Okay, just touch this ball in for the frame.
There he goes. So there we go with 4-2. It is game on. Chris Bowman bounces back over Glenn Coots. How much practice do they do in regards to the rest? I mean, do you spend a lot of time practicing with the rest? I mean, we all play games. We all get ourselves into those situations. We don't have quite the arm length or the reach or the angle, and we pull it out when we need to. But is it something that the players do work on?
Yeah, they do have a little bit of practice with the rest. You know, like you said, it's hard to use sometimes, especially when you got to reach over another ball. So you have to practice with it, get familiar with it.
Now, the number 1 ball on the front, what's the official name of that?
The official name for that.
In terms of where it's positioned in that diamond?
Okay, so that's just the head ball.
Head ball, right? Yep, 9 ball in the middle, and then what, you got your 2 wing balls directly behind that.
Yeah, and the other balls that usually go in.
Okay, so we'll point that out next frame for you. And if you're sitting at home going, hey, I know all of this, just understand we are just trying to build this audience beyond just that Q Sport community. So 6 and 8 have gone down.
Okay, now we'll look for a safety shot here. Try and hide behind the ball down the table.
Has he done enough?
No, not at all. He's left across the easy sort of 1 ball into the corner pocket.
Well, what I've seen so far, there's not an easy shot when the cameras are on you.
That's
It's
right,
semi-final time. It might look easy. It's all about the top 2 inches now. It's all about having a head like granite. Does he answer the question? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Mind you, he's thrown it back in the face of Coots. Now, Coots gets to sample the same pressure, the same difficulty of shot, and he answers the question, though. So, Glenn Coots doing what Bowman couldn't.
Tough cut here into the middle pocket.
Yeah, I thought he might have maybe looked to
Double it.
double it. At home, I would have played the double.
Yeah.
But then I had nothing to lose at home, do I? Oh, nice shot. And good positioning there of the white. So, Chris Bowman.
Yes, Glenn giving Chris a few chances to get back in this match.
And bring it back beautifully. The backspin on that. Well, maybe just a little bit too much weight, though. Found himself behind the 9 ball as he sort of snookered himself.
He has. Okay, here comes the 3rd cue, the jump cue.
Okay. So what's he looking to try and do here? When you say jump cue, what is he trying to do?
Okay, so what he does is he pushes that white ball into the slate, which makes it bounce over the 9 ball and hopefully hit the 4 ball. So he's actually whacking the ball into the slate, which makes it pop over that 9 ball.
See, I would just get the Q-tip straight underneath, tear that cloth, and find myself in a world of trouble.
Here we go. He'll hop over this easy.
He does it nicely too, so that is a demonstration of how it should be done. Has he got himself out of trouble though with that shot? Probably not. Coots, the door has been left ajar. Does he walk through it now and take this lead out to 5-2? There is room on the table now to run through this table.
He's got a tough angle here to get back to the 5 ball. So let's see what he does. Looks like he's going to screw back somewhere. No. Tough. Going to get lucky, I think. No.
It's funny, when you sort of screw ball, you can sort of see the Q-tip, isn't it? It's almost like they're dividing the white ball into 4 quarters in terms of the face that they can see directly in front of them, and they're either hitting bottom right, bottom left, or up top, depending on the type of spin they're wanting to put on the ball.
Exactly. It's like a clock, you know. If you hit the numbers on the clock, you can hit all of those numbers.
Yep. And each one of those relates to
where the white ball goes.
A spin and where the white ball goes. Yep. So, intriguing contest. We've got Jimmy Hendry alongside of me.
So nice screw back here.
All the expert comments.
No, he's got it, I think.
He might just get a little bit. We talked about the cloth on the table and just how fast this table is running. But on that occasion, the Predator Arcadia reserve cloth didn't really do any favours for him. So it looks like a reasonably fundamental shot coming up here with the 7. But it's arguably what he does with the white ball.
You just drift in line.
Again, like playing with a bit of top spin.
Yeah, 2 rails. Nice shot.
Got enough weight on it. Should be enough to get the job done. And there it is. Glenn Cootes wraps up the 7th frame and extends that lead to 5 frames to 2. Well, both players, just when you sort of feel they're in control, just little, I hate to use the word, but sort of almost at times some fundamental errors that are just opening the door for their opponent.
Definitely, yeah, they're both guilty of it.
Right, I want to just take people back here, because over time throughout, we are looking forward to try and grow this sport outside of just that community. So people at home that might end up watching this, let's just talk about the white design that they're using to place the diamond on. What is that, and when can that be removed?
Yeah, that gets removed if you're playing a shot, and if the ball's inside that stencil, you can get it moved. Get a ref to either move it or...
Not a great break.
So now best to move it now.
So nothing going down.
But that magic rack holds all the balls tight together. That's what it's designed for.
I've got another reason. If I play badly at home, I can just say, well, I don't have a stencil. I don't have a stencil. That's the reason I didn't break so well. Nothing going down. So in 9-ball circles, that's what would probably not considered a good break.
No, and
now why? And explain now, why can Glenn play that shot?
Because he hasn't got a clear shot at the 1 ball, so he can call a push out and place the ball anywhere on the table. The player has the option of sending Glenn back in, which he did. So Glenn has to actually play the shot now.
So if he plays too hard a shot off that, what would you call it, a push off?
Yes, a push out.
A push out,
back in.
Then he can get sent back in. So his cleverness can actually end up being his enemy.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, wonderful stuff. So much about this remarkable game. This is very much the cue sport of favour in the United States, across Asia, and huge growth here in New Zealand. You're watching 2 of New Zealand's finest in action. Crisp moment.
Left Glenn on, a little error there, trying to hide behind the 9 ball.
Neither player, nice shot, so we are underway. 8 balls on the table remain.
Okay, Glenn hasn't got a pocket for the 2 ball, so look for safety.
Okay, nice shot, wonderful snooker. Does he go in? That's what you'd call a fluke. And
that's right.
So that certainly wasn't the intent, was it? So that is what we call a fluke, but it does count in this form of cue sports. Now coming back for the 3, that is a quality shot. Lovely setup for 4. So this is good 9 ball. It's got some great momentum. But in this game, you can come undone very quickly.
Oh, like so.
Again, the commentator's curse. Tell you, Glenn will be frustrated with just some of those shots today.
Yeah, that's
at times shot. Looks a little bit rushed, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's the 3rd shot he's missed, a fairly easy shot. He's left the door open for Chris here.
Started playing pool back in 1990. As Chris now comes to the table. Nice shot, good weight. Is there enough weight on it? Lovely shot. Comes back now nicely for the 5. Same time, must think about that following shot, the 6.
Left himself a difficult angle here. Still potable in the corner.
Yeah, and then come back for the 7. That's better play. Chris Bowman in the zone. Momentum swing, is it? He's been 7 years in the New Zealand pool team. He's a 5-time New Zealand representative for Massé at the World Championships in Las Vegas. But all the good work undone on the 7 ball.
Yes, he's left Glenn here easy clearance here. 3 ball clearance. Glenn should do this in his sleep.
Comes back up.
A little bit short, but
at this level you'd expect that 8 ball. Comes up the table. Oh, wow. Just what? How would you describe that in terms of what he did? What, undersliced?
Yeah, well, yeah, he put a little bit too much spin on it, which made it miss the pot, and look where he ended up. No shot at the 9, even if he would pot at the 8.
Now, chance here, such an important shot for Bowman. This is such a key moment in this game. You sense if he loses this frame, it is game over. And when the pressure goes on him, he responds. That is great 9 ball. Now, how important is this shot in the context of this tournament?
That's right. He wants to be 5-3.
And he does it. Shot. He does it. And Bowman pulls one back. 5-3. Still looks a little nervy, but it is game on in the race to 7. Looking at the setup of the table, this Brunswick Gold Crown Tournament edition, are the pockets given numbers? Is there a particular name for each pocket?
No, not really.
Do players have a favourite pocket?
No, they're all the same.
All the same? They don't say, I prefer to play the pocket on the left-hand side in the middle of the table?
No, they're all the same.
No. I'd imagine too, some days you turn up and some days you turn up and the environment or the backdrop might look different and you think, that pocket doesn't look as big as the pocket I played in last week.
That's right, you get a lot of those days.
So you can blame that if you're not playing well.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Okay. So it will be Glenn Coates who steps up to break. And certainly 3 balls go down, so outstanding. 4 balls possibly, outstanding break. The best break we've seen from Glenn Coates. Now, can he clean the table?
If he puts this one, he's got a good chance to do it.
Oh, so a game of inches, isn't it? It's a game of inches. That's what we see. Now, Bowman.
Slightly snookered here.
So, looking at his options here. What does he do? Does he play up the table? Does he play down the table? Does not want to give a foul away.
Okay, I think he's just going to hit this and hope. Hit and hope.
Hit and hope. Is that a strategy?
Well, sometimes it is. Yeah, just
all the players in the world do play a bit of hit and hope.
Yep.
Okay, so there you go. If you're listening at home, there's nothing wrong with a bit of hit and hope.
There you go.
There you go. And what's he done with it, though? What's he done with it? It's in good position. Not an easy shot now for Coates. Boy, fascinating contest. Really, you can just start to sort of just feel things slowly beginning to build here. And don't go away either, because we've got Marco Toisha up against Hassan Abdullah. That is the semi-final up next. That should be a cracker. The Netherlands versus Egypt. We talked about that not being an easy shot, and I think Glenn would be disappointed though.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit at the moment, Glenn. He's missing shots that he shouldn't. It's not his best performance I've seen.
No, it's tournament play though, isn't it?
That's right, a lot of pressure on, yeah.
Spoke to both of them before, and they were just really pleased, Jimmy, that you weren't playing. No comment?
No comment.
Nice shot here from Bowman. So, he's got the 5, the 8 and the 9 remaining. This shot, though, I said it in the previous frame, how important this is the context of this semi-final. And he answers the questions asked of him. That is good play. Now, he comes back for what we might describe as a fairly sort of percentage shot. Oh, good play, good play. Trying to bring it to 5 frames to 4. And what has been maybe not the best 9 ball. Oh!
Wow.
And is that his semi-final right there? Is that his semi-final right there? Because Coots capitalises on a fundamental error from Chris Bowman, and suddenly what should have been 5 frames to 4 is 6 games to 3. It is Glenn Coots who was on match point. You are watching the Sunday night shootout, Q Sports 9-ball format. If you are enjoying this, get yourself down to Massé in Pukekohe and watch the next semi-final and then the final later on. So, Bowman, what does he do here? What's he got to do? Where's his mind at? And how does he just that mindset? Good break.
Yeah, he's in a bad situation at the moment. So he'll just go all out now. Just take on everything. That was his chance to get back into the match.
Well, we've seen some wonderful, we see it a lot in tennis, don't we? Players down two sets to nothing and come back and winning in 5, and you see it a lot in snooker, where it's probably a little bit more sort of tournament type play, but
you can never count Chris out. He'll fight to the end.
Yep.
Nice angle here for Glenn to get from the 4 to the 5.
They make it look easy, but when you're out at nightclubs and going out for dinner with your friends, these guys are practicing.
Perfect.
And that's what separates the good from the great.
Looks like it's all over here. Mark.
He just needs to slow down though. We've said it before. He positions that 8 beautifully. And he'll come back for the 9. And so he is 2 shots away from moving into the final.
Perfect position.
So, last chance. So, Glenn Coots. And Coots wraps it up, and there it is. He wins the semi-final, 7 frames to 3 over Chris Bowman. And arguably not his best performance, but a performance that was good enough for now to give him some time to readjust and make the mental shift for what should be a compelling final. Your thoughts, Jimmy Henry?
Yeah, they both didn't play their best pool, and they both struggled in areas, so yeah, hopefully Glenn will come out firing the next match in the final.
And we will try and get some reaction a little bit later on from both players, but the next semi-final coming up, Marco Toisha versus Hassan Abdullah. Toisha out of the Netherlands, arguably one of the best players in the world on his day. What does Abdullah need to do to beat him? Yeah,
he needs to play his best pool. You know, he can't afford to miss shots and give Marco a head start. Otherwise, you know, he's going to be finished very quickly.
Well, I hope you are enjoying coverage of this Massé Sunday night shootout. The format is 9-ball. The venue is Pukekohe. Don't go away. We're coming back shortly with the second semi-final.